Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary and our Night Elf Priest. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today, we delve into the iconic Shadowfang Keep within the Silverpine Forest. There are no quests, unfortunately, for the Alliance within the Keep, but there are some fantastic upgrades in here off of the last two bosses of the dungeon. Shoulders, chest, and a belt. Let's go get some loot. Looks like we are just about ready to go here. We'll take the health stone from the warlock as the other paladin enters the dungeon, and let us get everybody buffed up. Our new rank of Powered Fortitude is quite expensive, as it turns out. 400 mana is quite a lot, but the amount of health it provides is staggering, so it should be very helpful. We've got two other paladins here for some other buffs. We've got a druid as well for the Mark of the Wild. And overall, this is a great group composition, not just for the buffs, but also for our chances at some loot. In theory, we should be just fighting with the warlock for some stuff. Should be good. Shadowfang Keep is such an interesting dungeon because of the range in levels. As you can see here, the first couple of enemies we face, level 18, level 19 or so, but I believe the final boss of the dungeon is like 27, 28? Quite possibly even more than that, so I am interested to see kind of how we fare. We have some magic effects coming out. I might choose to dispel off of the tank, but I'm not going to worry about spending too much of my mana. I want to be a little bit picky, I think. Who I want to dispel, especially if they're just going to get it right back. As always, we'll try to sneak in some killing blows to try to get some spirit taps rolling. Very excited for this. I imagine we'll run this probably at least twice. So we got another episode with at least 2 runs. If we're really unlucky and we don't get any loot at all in either run, then I'm probably going to want to do this a 3rd time for sure. One of the other nice parts about this group in particular is we've got a tank plus 2 other plate wearers. So even if the paladins do grab threat, they should be able to soak up the damage pretty well. Entering the first major room now with our first boss in Rethelgore. After this, we'll be moving on to the courtyard. loot off of the first boss. Some of the early bosses in the early dungeons are strange as far as their loot table. A lot of the time they only have like a green item to drop, and it's not always a guarantee that it will drop, so in this case, you know, we did not get anything. So Mr. Ashcrombie here will open the door for us. And yeah, there are some class quests in here that I have learned. One for Paladin, one for Warlock. There might even be one for others as well. But apart from that, yeah, I'm a little surprised that the Alliance don't get anything. As far as other general quests for the instance. There should be plenty of quests to pick up for the Stockades though, which is coming up shortly. Big pull here. Fade to get that one off of us. Things are running smoothly. The tank is really tanky. It's taking a lot of damage before I have to heal him. There will be a large battered chest on the other side of the room. Missed it. To the Paladin on their objective. Wonder what they get for that quest. Maybe a new weapon or something like that. I don't think it would be a new ability if I remember correctly. I feel like I've done most of the Paladin quests before. Chest of Righteousness. Yeah, it must be for the weapon. Back inside the keep again. We've got Razorclaw the Butcher next, followed by Baron Silverlang, I believe. Silver Lane, Silver Lion, something like that. I'm sure the Paladins will be looking for some loot off of Commander Springvale upstairs. Perhaps hoping for the rare spawn on the castle walls. Nice that we get a little bit of a break from the very loud and how else would you call it, boisterous soundtrack of Shadowfang. It's definitely one of the louder ones. I made sure that I turned the music volume down quite a bit before we started, just knowing how loud it would be. Baron Silverlane now. He drops a ring, but the ring has strength and stamina, I want to say, on it. So we'll let one of the others roll on that. It's not really what we're going to need. And he dropped his scepter this time. One-handed mace. Nothing too special. 4 strength is at level 20. It's not really super great, but I mean, it looks like one of the paladins wanted it, maybe for his tanking set. I'm just going to pull this patrol. I don't want to have to worry about him later. looking to clear out Commander Springvale's room. Love the way the tank heals himself too and puts some hots up on himself before he enters the room. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful about this. These guys all silence everybody, so I gotta make sure that I'm not going to be affected by that. Drop our threats. Yeah, oh yeah, no, we're still silenced. Let's back up. Let's get max distance. Grab him, somebody. There we go. To be quite honest, it's probably one of the hardest pulls in the entire dungeon, if I'm being honest. Oh, I didn't realize we picked up the commander himself. I had no idea. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's a tough pull. Let's we'll pass on the axe. Maybe somebody could use it. Yeah, it looks like nobody really wanted it. That's pretty good though. Our first drink of the dungeon doesn't come until Springvale, and it only comes because we had to pull the entire room. All those silences and whatnot. But really great group so far. I guess I should be getting a food buff up as well. We could really use the extra spirit to help us regen some of this mana. So I'll wait until the food buff comes back up as we take on Odo the Blind Watcher. He does drop a staff, I believe. He didn't drop it this time. He dropped a leather bow. He does drop a staff, although it's like almost exactly the same in power level to the Staff of Westfall that we're carrying now, so it wouldn't really have been like much of an upgrade or anything. Regimented Officer. He's not... I think he's just a normal enemy. I don't think he's the rare spawn. There's a rare spawn that can sometimes show up here on the castle walls. And he drops, I think, like a two-handed weapon and something else. Maybe even a blue. This is going to be another somewhat difficult pull if these guys do silence. I don't know if they do. I think what I want to do here, if I can help it, is try to get out some buffs. I want to see if I can, like, kind of organically rebuff the group as we go without having to stop too much. Because I think at this point another half hour buff, rebuff should last us for the rest of the instance. Yeah, so the specters, obviously I mentioned how, difficult they can be to deal with. This room right here is arguably the toughest to deal with in the entire dungeon. So we'll see what the tank does here, but, hopefully we'll take this nice and slow. We'll bring them back to this section here. I'd love to avoid a run back if possible. Although we are soulstoned for another 24 minutes, which is good for us, so we can resurrect the group at least. This is going to be interesting. Let's get the fade up. We're going to have to shield. Oh yeah, this is not going to end well. No way. Yep, there we go. That's the big pull I was talking about. Oh, nobody's paying attention to chat. All right, well. we can get everybody up still, even though they already popped. I want everybody to hopefully stay in place. And my buff basically takes up my entire mana pool for every 3 people that I buff. It's a crazy amount of mana to consume right now. I think at some point down the road, much later down the road, we'll get like an AoE version of our buff, and we have to carry around like a reagent or something to cast it. But all right, yeah, if the higher level paladin can make some of the pulls, I think we'll potentially be in better shape. We are pretty low for this dungeon. 24 is a little bit on the lower end. Whereas like level 27, which is what the warlock and the higher level paladin are, they can afford to get a little bit closer because their aggro range won't be as crazy. But we really only have to pull like a few packs carefully, like the first couple, and then I think we'll be okay. At that point, if we like pull the rest of the room, it probably won't be like a super big deal. But we need to get through these next few. This is much better. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to get another soul stone for the rest of the dungeon run. We're probably a good 15 minutes off, if I had to guess, on the warlock's cooldown. glad we can finally push forward as a group. Because if we were able to, if we pulled like the top here, it looks like we cleared that out as well. If we just pulled the bottom here, it's not going to be as big of a deal. This will still be a pretty tough pull, I think. Oh, maybe it's just the two of them. Okay. Another chest here. Yep, nope, not ours this time. So we're going to be heading back upstairs now. I think we're taking on Fenris. Might be a mage or something in there. I can't really remember. Maybe it might just be Fenris. And we'll be very, very close to our last two bosses, which is where, but really what we're doing the entire dungeon for. Take a look at the Warlock real quick, see what she's working with. Oh yeah, I mean I'm gonna be fighting with her definitely on every piece. We'll see what happens. The worst case scenario is that Arugal will drop his dagger. I think that would be the worst possible outcome. Definitely do not want that.
Fear with the sons of Arugal.
Black Wolf bracers. Some lambent scale boots. Archmage is above us. He's level 26 actually. Okay, so he's actually a bit lower than what I remembered. Could have sworn he was a bit higher than that, but so maybe level 24 is actually not such a bad level to enter the instance. Really wish I had some anti-venom right now. And we have the ability to create it right now. We just don't have any small venom sacs. Not sure when the next time we're actually going to get venom sacs. And you know what? Maybe when we go to Duskwood, which is going to be pretty soon. The next 4 episodes are going to be a different zone each time. I think I've kind of decided that I think we're done with Westfall. There were a couple of small loose ends there, but I think, you know, especially we're going to hit like 25 obviously in this dungeon. We're going to do another dungeon run after this potentially. So, and we haven't even started like any of the 20 to 30 zones yet really, or at least not much of. So the next 4 episodes, bare minimum, are going to be, they're going to be Red Ridge, Duskwood, Wetlands, and Ashenvale. Maybe not in that order. I don't know which order I'm going to do yet. But those are going to be the next 4 episodes most likely. We'll probably take on the Stockades from there, and maybe even Black Fathom Deeps. We might do those back to back. Potentially. And yeah, and then we'll just continue from there. We have reached the second to last boss though, in Wolfmaster Nando's. going already. Luckily, we were able to sneak in a drink there. It's helpful. And he's going to drop something for us, potentially. Or he has a chance to, at least. Let's see what we get. There it is, the feline mantle. That is one of the items we're here for. Let's see who gets it. It's gonna be me and the Warlock. Warlock's got it. We've been rolling a lot of 40s this entire dungeon run, I noticed. Between rolling on loot and the treasure chests. Now let's see what Aragal drops. Hopefully not the dagger. Either the chest or the belt, please. Now as a ranged, also as a healer and a ranged caster, I think we might want to stand on top of these stairs here by the entrance to this room while they fight Aragal. I think we can quickly get up there if we need to in like an emergency. We can like stand on this ledge.
You too shall serve.
Shadow word pain on there. We're still within range, so I'm okay with doing this. Not sure if he casts like a fear, maybe? His shadow bolts hurt quite a lot, for sure.
Release your rage.
That's probably what they're trying to line of sight there to block. They do hurt quite a lot.
Release your rage.
He's got a lot of health. Down. Oh my god. No. Oh man. That is awful. Yeah, nobody wants that. Well, it was a great dungeon run. Gained a lot of experience, which, you know, is great. But yeah, no loot. The Warlock took it all, unfortunately. Interesting for fire damage build. I do know that is a thing for Warlocks. It just requires a lot of, what is it? A lot of items to put together, enchants and pieces of gear. Alright, well, unfortunate, but definitely going to do another run in just a moment. I will work on putting together another group, and I'll see you guys in a second. Everybody, we are back with a new group. Well, kind of a new group. We actually have our tank back as well as the Warlock, and we've picked up 2 new DPS, and we are ready for round 2. As you can see though, unfortunately, our group has 4 cloth wearers inside of it now. So our chances are going to be pretty slim. The Warlock did mention that she will not roll on the robes if they drop, and she already has the shoulders, obviously, from the last run. But we got 2 mages to compete with still, so it should be to be expected though, as the premium items in this dungeon are caster items. So most of the DPS that are going to be signing up to do this place are casters. So to be expected. We will deal with it though. See if we can get lucky this time around. We'll see if our rolls are a bit better. And hopefully the druid will level up as well during this run. That would definitely help our chances at having a good run during that that room with all the ghost wolves and Sons of Aragal. Yeah, and during this run we should hit 25 ourselves as well. Yeah, we will definitely accept the mage water, for sure. Anytime we can use somebody else's water would be nice. We definitely have enough, melon juices ourselves if we need it. Alright, I guess we're not getting water. Getting a little antsy, I guess. We've got plenty. I didn't really think about it, but having 2 mages and a warlock can be kind of nice for AoE damage, I suppose. It should also be nice for crowd control too, as the Worgen, I believe in particular, are considered humanoids, and even the wolves, should be considered beasts. So the mages should be able to use their polymorphs if that becomes necessary. Looks like the tank just leveled up, so that should help us with the pulling. Job at the courtyard so far. Another chest across the way. Part of me is a little bit surprised too how far we've gone without using any marks or CC of any kind. I guess our last group wasn't very conducive to it, to that playstyle. We didn't really have anything to use, but it's a little bit different now with the two mages in the group. We're not even using skulls either though, so sometimes the damage is a little bit haphazard, but I guess for the most part we've been on the same page for the most part. Rolled a 47 for the chest. I think that's... Pretty sure I've rolled 47 before on a previous run. Looks like the tank pulled a bunch of stuff. Let's help him out. I just realized the Warlock, I don't think the Warlock's using a pet. I don't think they were using a pet last time either. Which is an interesting choice. So like, are they doing like some sort of like, as we take on the Butcher here, I didn't even realize it. I wonder if he's doing like some kind of, I don't know, like demonic sacrifice build, but I didn't think you could do something like that. Yeah, I didn't think you could do something like that this early. I just assumed that you wouldn't get that sort of talent until much later on, but yeah, we're missing out on a lot of extra stamina then, I think. Without that Warlock's imp. We're at Baron Silverlane's room now. This room shouldn't be as bad. These ghosts shouldn't be as bad. Time to hit level 25. Get all of our mana back. Alright. So we'll stick our last point into improved power word shield, and then... Oh, we didn't spend our talent point from the last time. Interesting. I guess I forgot. Well then, let's wrap up improved power word shield and let's pick up inner focus, which is an awesome new cooldown that we'll want to put onto our bars right away, and we might actually use it right now. Mana cost of our next spell is reduced by 100%. And it increases the critical effect chance by 25%. If our spell is able to crit, of course. That is on a 3-minute cooldown, so it's a pretty hefty cooldown. Not something we'll be able to use all the time, but in the middle of the fight in particular, it's going to be of great help, because in a sticky situation, we can use it to keep our mana rolling. Since it reduces the mana cost by 100%, we'll still be, the MP5 rule will still be in effect. We'll still be getting mana back while also getting a gigantic heal out at the same time. It's really, really helpful. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to spend that talent point at 24. Doesn't seem like something I would do, mostly. These gloves are an upgrade for us, actually. So we will go ahead and eat on those. Ivy cloth gloves of the eagle. 4 intellect and 5 stamina. Definitely better than what we had before. We were rolling with the evergreen gloves, which definitely needed an upgrade. There's quite a few pieces that I feel like we've already kind of out-leveled quite a bit. Getting some cloth from here too, here and there, which is good. Like that. Silence is obviously, bad for the tank, obviously, but also just really bad for every single other person in this group. It's 100% of our damage is going to come from spells, so we're going to want to be as far as humanly possible away from these guardsmen. Because I think they can only hit you with that silence if they are like within melee range of you, or maybe it's like 8 yards or so. So we just got to be careful we don't enter that range as much as we can. Luckily for us, we have a tool that will allow us to shed threat off of us, in Fade, whereas the mages and warlocks, not sure if they get the same luxury. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try to help the group become a little bit more focused here. Let's use our inner focus. Let's make sure we stand at maximum possible range as well. Yeah, and if you guys can, obviously take the lead as much as you can as far as like adding marks, even if you're a DPS or a healer, adding marks to targets to get people on the same page is extremely helpful if nobody else is going to do it. But yeah, if you if you can get the group to funnel their damage into a single target one at a time, you know, you can save pulls that way when things go wrong. I normally try to macro or, you know, set up like a keybind for each mark. But I haven't done that in a while. I probably should look into doing it again, though. It's just very helpful to be able to quickly do it. At least skull, like keybinding skull, I think is a good idea for all players to do. I do see that we have the soulstone now attached to us, which is great. I'll have that for a half an hour. And I can't forget about, I've almost forgotten about our mana potions. Can't forget about those. We'll have to upgrade these soon. These are the lesser mana potions, which only require level 14. We are level 25 now, so I think it would probably benefit us quite a bit to upgrade those. This must have been a patrol or something that we pulled here. Not sure how we got these guys. We did get a spirit tap from this, which is good. We're still silenced though, which is not good. Our mana still looks like it's in a very healthy spot right now, so I think we're fine. It's good that we leveled up to 25, because now we won't be able to as easily aggro stuff. Wow. Mage rolls 100 again. Well, not again, but I think that same mage rolled 95 on the last treasure chest. It's crazy. I forgot we had Arcane Intellect on too, which is nice. Of course, we've got 2 mages in the group. Looks like it's only rank 2 though, unfortunately. Would have been nice if that was a bit better. Yeah, let's help again with these marks. Gotta get people on the same page again. Again, no loot that we care about. There's really nothing else in here besides those 3 pieces from the last 2 bosses. Back on the bridge again. Or not the bridge, I suppose, the castle walls. We'll try to get a food rebuff after this. Inside the tower we go. Coming up, we've got that giant room again. At least we're soulstoned again. So we'll get 2 shots at it at least. Having the warlock pulling again. Seems to be nice and simple. think we might almost be done with these pulls. Might be the last one before we can finally get out of this little corner. That's one thing about having a group full of casters is you're going to have to drink a lot. Lots and lots of drinking involved. Yeah, with the paladins, it was kind of nice because we could just kind of keep going. This is the last pull, so I'm going to start rebuffing Fortitude on the party. Start getting these out now. Even with 60% mana, I think we'll be fine on this pull too. Should be alright. Let's just get a marker up. I will use Inner Focus here, so we can keep regenerating mana while we get this big heal off. Back up the tower to take on Fenris. Has this nasty poison that we saw last time. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about it.
The sons of
Appearance from the man himself. Let's get rid of these Void Walkers. So close to the end once again. We'll see if our fortune shifts this time. And back up the stairs. Take on the second to last boss. Alright, here we go again. Let us see if we can break the curse of the first run. Try not to use inner focus here if things go a little haywire. Really want to save that for Arugal. I'll throw out some renews here, and then we'll try to sneak in another drink before Nando's. There we go. Perfect. Shoulders have dropped again. And we got them. Thank goodness. All right, beautiful. I guess the chest piece is probably like the main prize, but the shoulders are definitely second. You could argue that the shoulders are honestly they're honestly better just because the shoulder slot is so scarce, I guess, around this level still. You know, this is commonly when you start picking up your first shoulders. Final room. I'm very tempted to roll on whatever might drop, whether it be the belt or the chest. I know that there's a couple of mages here that would probably really love to have some gear. How do you guys feel about that in Classic, generally speaking? Most of the time, I typically try to share the loot as much as possible, but it's tough sometimes. The need before greed format is something I'm still a fan of, I think, overall. Hang around up here again.
You too shall serve.
Sneak in a powered pain while he isn't doing too much.
Release your rage.
He is running around.
Release your rage.
Unfortunately, he's got a curse. You know, these mages have decurses. They should be able to remove that. If I'm not mistaken. So we don't have to necessarily deal with that, but... Yeah, man, he is not taking a whole lot of damage. Is the warlock. There he is. And he finally falls. Oh my god. 2 runs in a row for Meteor Shard. That is rough.
Treasure our time together.
Well, the groups are pretty solid. You know, we had 1 wipe, but we had a warlock with a soul stone, so that was really helpful. And we did pick up at least 1 piece of loot in the feline mantle. That might be good enough for now. I might be okay with that, I think. You know, what I could do right now too is, because I have some wool with us, let's make a few bolts, and by a few I think I mean like 5-ish maybe. So I think we can make our pants now, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, we already have the woolen pants. I'm thinking of something else, I think. We're going to be looking to make the spider silk boots soon though. This is something that we're going to need a lot of silk for. We don't have those yet. The iridescent pearls might be somewhat difficult to find as well. There's a couple of materials we'll need, but these boots should end up being a nice upgrade for a while. Yeah, I'm trying to think of where else we could get a decent chest piece from. Maybe we'll look into that. Maybe we'll look into that soon. I'm going to take some of the quests, maybe in the zones coming up especially, might be able to help us out with that. I'm curious to see what can drop or be received as quest rewards from the Stone Watch Tower quests. I think it's called Stone Watch. Over in Red Ridge Mountains. I do want to do those elite quests, and hopefully there'll be some pieces of gear to be gotten from that. But I think this is most likely going to do it for me for today. We're not going to do a 3rd run. It would be nice to try one more time. I do love SFK a lot, but it's always tough when you have a dungeon that is, you know, where the premier items are so caster focused. Finding a group to put together with anybody other than casters, I feel like can be pretty tough sometimes. So, but I don't know. I mean, I can always change my mind and come back maybe in a different episode. You know, later on we have some time, but we also have a couple of other dungeons to take care of too. Coming up very, very soon. And there's going to be quests for both Black Fathom Deeps and the Stockades. And who knows, maybe the loot tables will have something in there that can replace the chest. The belt, I think we could probably use some new bracers as well, and a necklace too. Hopefully we'll start seeing those drop as well. In the meantime though, as always, I appreciate you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.